The New York Times is featuring a piece on the aid supplies going to the Philippines in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan. The American aircraft carrier George Washington has already arrived with 5,000 sailors and 80 aircrafts, while $20 million have also been committed to by the American government as initial assistance. Japan has also sent a 1,000-strong naval force, which officials say is the largest deployment ever for disaster relief. The British aircraft carrier, the Illustrious, is also on the way with medical experts and $32 million worth of aid. China, meanwhile, has now pledged $1.6 million following criticism for the original announcement of a $100,000 donation. An expert from the Asia Society in New York, Michael Kulma, says a reluctance to give aid on China's part could hurt its chances of making a good impression with the Filipino government. At the same time, efforts by the U.S. are expected to strengthen influence in the Philippines and make inroads with the government despite the legacy of once being an American colony. The Japanese efforts are also believed to be a sign of better relations with Philippines after officials said it didn't just represent humanitarian assistance, but growing security ties as well. And now let's take a look at what Chinese internet users had to say about this story.
America ran a high-profile public opinion campaign and said they will donate money to the Philippines. Then America blamed China for donating very little money and laid a trap for China. Actually, they are just prodding China into a huge donation, but whether America's own donation can be implemented is still a problem. That additional $10 million? Why not give out it first? Or why not donate it half a month later? It's just given out at the second day after America making judgment about China. Do we take our country as America's accountant? Americans who don't have morality and credibility are not that reliable. China doesn't need to learn from their poor tricks. Interesting. Just let them say whatever they want. This is only a show, and when it's over, the number one is still the number one. Small donations could be judged as inhuman, and lots of it will be taken as showing off. China can also drive aircraft carriers to go around and have a look. It looks good.
Meanwhile, the Huffington Post says that the international aid from other countries is making China's contribution of under $2 million look like a trickle. Japan has promised $10 million, while Australia is sending in $28 million, and $2.7 million is coming in from the Swedish furniture chain IKEA. An expert at the National University of Singapore says it's a missed opportunity for China to show itself as a reasonable power and goodwill generator. American influence has been declining in Asia, with China taking its place, but they are said to still lag behind in terms of soft power, which is to win the hearts and minds of people through culture, education, and other non-traditional forms of diplomacy, such as emergency assistance.